All right. Hey everyone. Hassan here. Welcome to the world of Ha. All right, is this... I don't know why it defaulted to doing it this orientation. I haven't done a live stream from my phone in like forever. I thought this might be a quick little thing that I could do. And then, yeah, it's been a while. So now there's all the settings that are different. A lot has changed. Here, let me move this out of the way so I can reorganize myself a little bit here. Okay. All right. Let me see how this works. Can I share this? Let's do this. Okay. Link has been shared. Am I still live? If you guys can see me. Okay, there we go. It's moving. Post something in the chat if you can see me. Again, it's been a while since I've actually done a stream from my phone. So I don't know what it's all supposed to look like. How do I... I'm trying to think of the best way to prop this up here. Okay, that's gonna fall over. Is that gonna work maybe? Let me see. Okay, hold on one second. Okay, this is like the worst. Okay, there we go. Wachel, is that how I pronounce her name? Sorry if I'm butchering it. Hi from Atlanta. Hello, hello. Welcome. Okay, I'm just trying to get set up here because I didn't realize that this was gonna... I don't know if I did something wrong, but it defaulted to like a vertical stream. I meant to do horizontal, and I don't know. I don't know how this is all going. This is a last-minute decision on my part to do a stream. So let me grab something. Okay, I'm going to grab this box here, this Lego box, to use to prop up the phone. Like so. Okay. I think that should cover it, basically. All right. Well, welcome. All right, what are all these settings here? What does this do? Lighting on, lighting off. Sure, lighting on. Okay. That does a green screen. I don't need a green screen. Okay. Retouch on. I don't need the retouch. All right. Well, I'm just playing around with all the settings that are on this live stream thing here. So, welcome, everyone. Sorry for the first couple minutes being like, what's going on? It's been a while. Been a while since I hopped on a live stream. I just randomly had the thought as I'm going through doing some stuff, kind of organizing a little bit of my Pokemon card collection, specifically my graded cards. I thought, well, why don't I just like hop on a quick live stream since I have time and just show you guys my current collection there. And just kind of chat and hang out, you know, for a little bit. And rather than get on the computer and try and set up a stream and do all that, I just said, you know what? It's been like a long time since I just streamed directly from my phone. And I don't know how it works anymore, like if it is good or not. So I tried it, and here we are. So, updates. I'm still here. Life is just busy, you know. Family, work, everything. It's just been, you know, nonstop and just had other priorities, really. That's really what it comes down to. But I have, a few weeks ago, posted a couple of Power Rangers reviews. I do have more Power Rangers items to review soon. And I've just been kind of doing things more on my own or with the family and stuff in terms of collecting and things. So trying to also decide like what I want to share and produce content for and what I just, you know, do on my own. What's up, Joel? How's it going? Different setup, I see. Yes, a little bit of... I'm literally just sitting on the floor here, just with my phone. I just hopped on a quick live stream just to play around with, you know, how that works. And yeah, so just gonna chat, hang out. I'll show you some cards and just whatever. King Koopa 64 Switch 2. Did I get the Switch 2? Yes. I did. I didn't do an unboxing video because, like, I feel like everybody has done unboxing videos of the Switch 2. Now, if they start releasing special editions of the system and stuff, I'm not sure that I'm going to collect every single one like I did with the Switch. But if there's ones that look really cool, ones that I really want to do, then I think I might do that, and I can show you guys the different controller combinations. Speaking of which, I do have a different color Joy-Con 2 that I got from Colorware, some silver Joy-Cons. So if you want to see that, I can go grab that a little later. So stick around if you want to see the silver Switch 2, and I'll grab the system in a little while. I do want to get to like the topic that I said, which is the Pokemon cards, the graded cards. But after that, yeah, if you guys want to see other things or whatever, we'll just kind of hang out and do that. So yeah. How's your wife liking the new iPhone 17 Pro Max? So she hasn't gotten it yet. Ordered it like a day or two later after pre-orders went up. We actually didn't even think she was going to get the new phone. Like, she's had her phone. Like, she doesn't really care about upgrading as much. Like, she doesn't need it. But her phone battery dies, like, all the time. And when I checked, it said battery needs servicing. And I was like, okay, so, I mean, like, she really needs a new battery. And so I was like, okay, we get a new battery, but also, like, out of curiosity, like, how long have you had your new phone? And we looked it up, and it was basically, like, 3 years. Her contract with AT&T was kind of ending, like, basically meaning, like, she would be paying it off. And then AT&T has these, like, crazy deals where you're getting, like, $1,100 trading credit or something for, like, a 3-year-old phone. Like, it's insane. Basically, if she got the base model of the 17 Pro, she would be getting it for free, essentially. Assuming she sticks with AT&T for 3 years, which she has no problem doing. Like, she doesn't upgrade super often. But she got the upgraded base level, like, instead of the 256 gigs, the 512 gigs, because that's what she currently has. So basically, it's like $5 a month. So it was like a no-brainer. It was like, instead of getting a new battery for a 3-year-old phone, basically for free, you just upgrade to the new model. So she got the deep blue 17 Pro, not the Pro Max, but it hasn't arrived yet. I think it says like October, early October it might ship or something. I don't know. Which sucks because we're also traveling soon, and it would have been nice for her to have that when we traveled for the better camera, better battery, all of that. But I think it's going to come after the trip. It is what it is. I don't get an iPhone every year. I usually upgrade every other year. And usually that's because of the contracts that I have. So I'll do the contracts so that it you know, after 2 years, I'll have kind of paid off the phone or can upgrade or whatever. This past year, I did actually just straight up just buy the phone outright, so I would own it, so not have to deal with contracts and stuff. So it is a lot easier in a way for me to just upgrade whenever I want. And I was tempted, but the amount that I would get for the old phone plus the cost of the new one and this, and like, it wasn't worth it enough, and enough of a change for me to justify doing it, especially considering the rumors are next year is going to be the iPhone Fold, like the folding phone. And that's something that I am really interested in. So rather than try and spend all this money and upgrade now, when I'm also we have a lot of other expenses happening, I'd rather cut down on that now to then try and get the folding phone next year. So we'll see. Bry Camp, hello, says, do I think GameStop is trustworthy to give them my cards to get graded? So that's a nice segue to talking about graded cards. So I'll answer your question before I start showcasing the cards here. But, you know what? I think I feel like GameStop is, how do I put it? It's hard to say, right? I think, like, in general, it's a nationwide brand. It's a recognized thing. It's a process that has been rolled out across the board. It's been a few months they've been doing this now. So I think in general it should be okay, but it's how much you trust another person to help you through the process. You're dropping off cards to another person at a location to then send it off, just like people do at a local card shop or, you know, elsewhere, right? There are other services, other places that also help people get the stuff graded and help fill out the paperwork, submit it, and do all that stuff too. So I feel like it's no more or less risky than any of those other things, and a lot of people do it right now. there's gonna be situations that come up, or you know, these cases where things go wrong. So I think like if you want to truly trust the process, just do it yourself. It's not difficult. I did it once myself. It's pretty easy to do, pretty straightforward. But if you really don't want to deal with it, go for GameStop. I mean, your local card shop too may do it as well. Some of my local card shops also offer that as a service, and I'm kind of tempted to just go through them as well. So I don't know. You know, there's options. You know. Okay, so let me showcase my graded Pokemon card collection. So I have a very heavy briefcase here that has, ow, as I hurt myself while opening it, the graded cards right here. So I'm going to go through and showcase what I have. Now, for those that are watching that may not know as much about Pokemon and are like, am I going to care about this? If you're ever curious about the Pokemon collector hobby and what it kind of looks like today and what this even means, if somebody says a graded card, like what does that mean? I do want to give a brief little precursor to that in case anybody doesn't know what it is. So, let me explain. Okay? This is a graded Pokemon card. Okay? So what does that mean? What it means is this. Getting a card graded is basically sending it to a company that authenticates the card, like they review it, make sure it's legit, and they assess the quality of the card. Like, is this card damaged? Is it like in super mint quality? Like they basically have a few different checks, a few things that they look for to determine the score of how well it is, right? Anywhere from a 1, which is like the absolute worst. I guess technically there's cases where they don't even grade the card. Like if it's like fully, if a piece is missing from the card, they're not going to grade it. But it goes from a 1 to a 10. So 10 being, it's called gem mint, basically. It's the best condition. Now, doesn't necessarily mean it's an absolutely perfect card. There could be slight imperfections that still manage to make it a 10. There are, depending on the authentication company, some companies are more strict than others. So for those that don't know, there's different companies that you can send the cards to. This is PSA. This is what their labels look like. White with a red border. It says PSA right there. PSA is probably the most popular one for Pokemon cards, at least, to have graded. And they grade other things too, sports cards, other things. The other ones are Beckett. Beckett's another one. And there's also like CGC as another example. So you see the slabs look a little different. They feel a little different. The thickness might be a little different. Some of them are more curved, or, you know, so some people like have a preference for like the look and feel of the slabs. These are called slabs, basically. But also PSA and Beckett tend to be like some of the more reliable ones, and there's like all sorts of other companies that like some people probably even haven't heard of. And so, you know, if somebody's going to buy a graded card, like let's say something that's graded a 10, perfect score, people are probably going to pay more for like a PSA or Beckett versus some other random company out there that people haven't heard of, just because there's a trust to the brand name, right? It's just like, you know, if you go to Target to buy something, you know that like the product there is not like a knockoff of something, like it's probably a legit product, right? Versus if you go on eBay or something, like you could get scammed, you could like, you don't know how trustworthy or not it is, right? So it's the same principle there. So my preference is almost all of my graded cards are PSA. I do have some, as I just showed you, some Beckett and CGC. But for the most part, PSA is what I use. If I'm going to get it graded, I'm going to go with the one that's the most popular, the most reliable, and I do like a consistency with all the slabs. The nice thing about the PSA slabs is if you have a bunch of them, they stack up nice and easily. And they kind of have, the way they're shaped is there's a little indent on the bottom so that they actually just kind of sit on if you align it. And so it actually like See, I'm moving it this way, but it's not sliding off because it kind of connects together easily, if that makes sense. So I like consistency in mine. Blood and Gore Kid, hello, hello. Evan Carduna, what's up, what's up? Logan, hello. Welcome, everyone. I have been playing Fortnite. Yes, the Power Ranger stuff. I've been in the Megazord a few times. The giant Megazord you can pilot. I've unlocked the Megazord skin itself. I did the Power Hour event the other day where there was like a ton of Blade Blasters everywhere. Like, it's been so much fun. I probably should stream it one day with the Power Ranger stuff. That would be fun. It's just been so busy. And then I'm going to be traveling soon. And by that point, the stuff may be over. I don't know. It's a lot. But anyways. So, yeah. Graded cards, right? So the other thing that people don't understand about graded cards, and I promise I'm going to start showing you my cards in just a moment, but people don't understand is that if I open up a pack of cards and I pull out a card, that does not automatically mean it's a 10 if it's straight from the pack. So the things that they look for in a card is, one, is the card centered? So you see the like silver border around the edges, or some cards have a yellow border or whatever. Is the card centered? Is like one side of the border thicker than the other? That would mean it's off center, right? So that could dock it some points. That's not something that me pulling, if I'm careful with a pack of cards and I open it, it could be totally off center from the factory, right? So that's why just opening up cards out of a pack doesn't guarantee a 10. Probably you're looking at least an 8. Unless something's really wrong. But centering plays a part in it. The other thing to look out for is like how the edges of the card are. Are they like kind of scratched up? Are there any bends? Are there any little white dots like whitening on the edges of kind of some scratch or something? Are there any scratches on the surface of the card? So the surface and everything, the front, back, any bends or dings, all of those things can really impact the grade. In general, so it does cost money to get a card graded because it's not free, right? You send them to the company. They have to spend their time and resources to review, put it in the slab, protect the card, so forth. So the more expensive cards cost more to get graded because of more, insurance and stuff. You're kind of paying for the card in a way too. So you always have to evaluate if it's worth getting a card graded. So in general, if you think the card is going to be a 9 or a 10, then it might be worth getting graded. And if it's like a rare card, not just some random common. Otherwise, if there's a visible scratch or bend, I wouldn't even bother personally. Unless it's like a really, really old vintage card that's really rare or something, then maybe, but, Timber, hello, hello. Logan says, love you, Power Ninja Steel. Hello. Okay. So, yes. So that's what it is. So now I want to start showing you my collection. Starting with this. This is the Bubble Mew. This is from the special illustration rare from, what's it? Paldean Fates. That's right. Really, really cool looking card. Most of the cards I'm showing you, I did not grade myself, meaning I didn't have the cards and send them to PSA. There are a few that I did. Most of them I bought already graded, or I bought mystery boxes that had a graded card. So they might have been ones that I didn't necessarily ask for, but I got in my collection. This is one I specifically bought graded because it's a really cool looking card. And I love just, especially in the light, you can kind of see just the way that it looks overall. It's pretty cool. All right, that's a graded Mew. Let me grab some other cards. So, also, another thing that I just want to mention is I got a 3D printer recently. And I started to print a little something here. So first of all, I'll show you a card, and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. I also have the original base set Charizard. Not first edition or anything. Nothing like super crazy, but it is the original Charizard, and it's a 6 because that's probably what I could afford. Getting up to like a 9 or 10 or something is just out of my price range, but I have the Charizard. And I used a 3D printer to print a little bumper here. So this can kind of it protects the edges of the case a little, but also just kind of looks cool. So basically I can just kind of pop it on and boom. Pretty cool. So they sell bumpers and cases too, and I'm sure they're a little bit better quality, but to be able to 3D print my own, cool. I didn't design this. I just found it on Maker World, and it's accessible to anybody with the app and a 3D printer. Just hit print and done. I'm actually printing some right now, so if you want, I can go show you my 3D printer and show you some more of these bumpers being printed as we speak. But there's that. So if you see, some of the cards will have the bumpers and some don't. Just I haven't printed that many yet, but I do have the original Blastoise as well, and the original Venusaur. All of them in 6s. So looks cool, especially with the bumpers there, nice and colorful. But I have the original trio there. I do have a bunch of Charizards then. So XY Evolutions, Holo Charizard. This is a 9. Another one, that's a 9. I have the reverse holo version in a 9 as well. Then I have the 25th anniversary collection version of the Charizard, but the Chinese one in a 10. So love the foil there. Pretty cool. This is one that I pulled. I don't remember if I pulled this on stream or not. I think I did. From 2020 Champions Path, the Secret Rare Shiny Charizard. So this is one that I got graded, and it came back a 10. So I pulled this myself, which is cool. Some of these Charizards, actually, I think I might have gotten graded myself, too. Maybe all of those, actually. My legs are... or feet are falling asleep. Okay, then the special illustration rare Charizard EX. This one was a 9. This one's an 8. The Brilliant Stars Charizard, I did pull this as well. This was a 10. So I got this one graded. Okay, some other ones that I picked up. Oh, I love this card. This is one of my favorites. I just bought this graded already. This Mew card. So this is a Koro Comics promo. The Shining Mew. And this is an 8. Because the higher grades just get too expensive. But still, like, this is good enough condition that it is just beautiful. I mean, look at the... First of all, look at the foil on that card. Now, what you don't see, and I wish I could... Let me see if I can kind of flip the camera here and really show this. The whole card. Look at that. The whole card is foil. Do you see that? It is beautiful. Maybe, actually, let me do it this way. This might be easier for you to be able to see some of the cards. I'll just hold my phone. Try not to shake it too much. Beautiful, beautiful card there. Okay. What else we got? Oh, Shining Magikarp. Again, this is a 5 because I can't afford much else. Shining Magikarp. The whole card is just amazing. Love that. Have I played Fortnite with Power Rangers in it? Yes, I was just talking about that. I have. It is a lot of fun. Shining Gyarados. Awesome card as well. And then I do have the English one as well, also a 5. So what you'll notice is sometimes I like to try, if I get some of the cards in the set, then I try and get the other ones with the same grade for consistency. And this is like a perfect example of English versus Japanese. Like, the Japanese card, the entire card has that foil pattern. In English, it doesn't. Only here is foil, not the whole card. It's not as good. So, all right. Lugia. This was my own card. So this one I knew would not grade well. I mean, you can see the card. Look at that. You see the top of the card there, all the whitening and stuff? It is not in good shape because this is my own card from when I was little. I actually pulled this, and I would actually play this. Like, I would play the Pokemon card game and put this in my deck. So it is in not great shape, but I only got this graded because, one, it is a really nice looking card, and it does get pretty valuable at higher grades, but I wanted to preserve it, and I thought the slab would look cool. And so definitely had to do that. Okay, what else we got? Ancient Mew. Oh, love this card. Definitely had to get a graded one for the collection. So this one I bought graded. This is a 7. These are cool. The Legendary Collection. I have 2 cards here from Legendary Collection, I believe. I have Moltres, which is a 9. I love that foil pattern. And then a Trainer Bill right here, which is a 9. It's such a cool foil pattern. All right, I have Regice 9 here. This is another one that just has this really, really cool foil pattern. Look at that. It's like broken pieces of glass or something in a way. Like, it's just a cool foil pattern on it. And I have the trio. So I have the Registeel as well. And then I have the Regirock. Favorite Pokemon XY card set? That's a good question. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look at the sets to remember specifically, because it all blends together a little for me to remember like which ones come from which set. Latios GX, the Rainbow Rare here, pretty cool. Oh, this is one I picked up because I didn't even know this existed until, you know, I kind of looked into things more. This lenticular card. This is a real Pokemon card that actually is a lenticular foil. So Deoxys with the different forms of Deoxys. How cool is that? I didn't even know that was a thing, but they actually did that for Deoxys. Hidden Fates, Legendary Birds. Love these. This is a graded 10, as you can see. So for those who don't know, yeah, PSA cards have the score right there, so 10. And this one is a 4. This is the Gyarados, Holon Phantoms, Gold Star. Gyarados is one of my favorite Pokemon, so I do have a bunch of different Gyarados cards. All right, we got the Special Illustration Rare Blastoise EX in a 10. I think I picked this up recently in the last few months. So Arceus V here in a 10 from Brilliant Stars. Really, really cool artwork. All right, I got Arceus and Dialga and Palkia GX, Rainbow Rare in a 10. Umbreon EX in a 9. Some of these are just like random ones that I must have gotten from a mystery box or something, or like I wouldn't have just bought this card outright because it's just the regular EX, but I got it in some sort of a collection or box or something. Mega Mewtwo EX and 9. Ooh, this one is really, really cool. This is Gyarados from X and Y Ancient Origins, but it's actually autographed by the artist here. So this is not graded, but PSA will also authenticate signatures and put it in a slab and say, you know, hey, it's legit, basically. So that's pretty cool. I think I got that from the Rare Candy app or something. Some of these actually I did get from auctions through the Rare Candy app for Alligator. And another for Alligator. All right, what else do I have? Let's see. We're just scratching the surface here of some of what I have. Like I said, I love Gyarados. So I do have the pre-release. This one's, I think, my pre-release one from when I was younger, which is why it's a 5. But I love this card. It's from my collection. I mean, you can see how badly damaged that is right there. But it's such a cool card. So I had to do it. And then I Team Rocket Japanese one in a 10, and then one in a 9, and this one in a 10 from the 25th anniversary as well. We'll put those there. Some of those are in those blue 3D printed covers, and the others are not because I'm still printing more. So now is a good time to take a little break so I can stretch my legs and show you the 3D printer that's printing some of those bumpers, the 3D bumpers. So let me show you my 3D printing setup right here. So there it is. 2 more of those bumpers are being printed as we speak. This is the Bamboo Labs A1 printer. Bought this, what was it? I don't know, a month ago, 2 months ago, a month ago, recently. And I did get the combo with the AMS light system, so it allows you to have up to 4 different filaments, 4 colors kind of connected. So I don't have to change it out every single time, but I can choose from the 4 colors. And I've also gotten a bunch of other colors, as you can see. And I 3D printed this shelf. This is all 3D printed. Super cool what you can do. That's also 3D printed as well. Isn't that cool? Yeah. So I can just take your pick of colors, 3D print, and boom, I got some bumpers for my graded cards. So yeah, that's been fun to do. Very, very fun to do. All right. This is down here. I'm going to put my phone down this way so I can kind of take a break from holding it for a bit, but I'm going to show you some more cards. All right. Dark Charizard Holo in an 8. And then the Japanese one in an 8 as well. The lighting's not the greatest. Okay, I'll hold it. I'll do it. So yeah, those 2, both in an 8. All right, we got Blaine's Charizard in a 6. Champion's Path Charizard in a 10. Another Champion's Path Charizard in a 10. Charizard GX from Hidden Fates in an 8. This is a fun one. Charmander, a holo version of Charmander, but with a Toys R Us stamp logo in a 9. I didn't even know this was a thing, but then I saw this graded card, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. It's got the Toys R Us logo and stuff. Yeah, I was a Toys R Us kid. I'll take it. All right, what do we got here? Eevee Heroes Flareon in a 9. I think this one I pulled myself and got graded. Same with this Vaporeon as a 10, and this Galarian Moltres as a 10. Awesome artworks. Awesome. Had to get those graded. All right, what else we got here? The next stack, we got the Dark Dragonite in a 9. That's the Japanese one. And an English one in a 9 and first edition. Super cool. I don't have a ton of first edition stuff just because, and in higher grades, I should say, because it gets expensive, but that I do have. This one I pulled, I believe I was streaming this with my cousins, and I pulled this card. It's at my grandparents' house when I pulled it, and it graded a 10. Pretty cool. All right, we got this gold Pikachu here from VMAX Climax, graded a 10. Darkrai and Cresselia Legend Holo in a 9. I don't believe I have the other half of it. That's one that I do want to find. Would be cool to get it in a 9 just for consistency, but that's one that I do need to hunt for. I got to put that on my list. I'm building a list of cards to look out for. Reverse Holo Ho-Oh here, the Crystal Ho-Oh, mint 9. The holographic one is much more expensive, but still cool to have this. First edition Blossom Holo from Neo Genesis in a 9. All right, we got this Blossom here in a 10. This e-reader one, nice little swirl there, which is pretty cool. I like getting some of these e-reader cards because it's just I don't know. I feel like this is such an underappreciated era of the Pokemon card game, and just kind of very memorable one for the whole e-reader thing. So it's fun to have that, I think. All right, I think I picked this up recently. The Raichu Holo here in a 9. And Aerodactyl Holo in an 8, first edition. All right, next I have a first edition Togetic from Neo Genesis in an 8. Kabutops from Neo Discovery in a 9. Speaking of Gyarados, we got this Flight of Legends Gyarados in an 8. Giovanni's Gyarados in an 8. Misty's Gyarados in a 9. Misty's Tentacruel in a 9. Lieutenant Surge's Magneton in a 9. And a Magneton first edition in an 8. Have I seen more Gojuger? I want to start Zets. No, I have not watched more Gojuger. I just didn't. It didn't click with me. Now, granted, I only watched like 1 or 2 episodes, but it just didn't. The suits are cool, but just the whole premise of the show didn't really click with me. Kamen Rider Zets is the opposite for me. I actually really, really, really like Kamen Rider Zets. In fact, I do have some of the stuff. So I know somebody asked about the Switch too. I can also grab my Kamen Rider stuff after this. There's other things I can show. Yeah, happy to showcase all that as well. Skarmory in a 9. I've only like Kamen Rider. I've watched like a few episodes of some shows. The most I've seen is probably Kamen Rider's Go, which was, how many episodes did I watch? I don't think I watched any more than 10 for sure. Like it wasn't that much. But Zets, I could definitely see myself watching the whole thing. Azumarill 9 first edition. You got a Ponyta 10 from the Japanese vending series, which is cool. Scarlet Violet promo in a 10. Looks cool with Pikachu in the starters there. Oh, these cards are so cool. I never really liked these cards on their own because it's just like half a Pokemon. But if you have them especially graded and you have the two together, like to have kind of on display like this. So I'll put them side by side. It's an 8 and the other half is a 9 right here. Just this whole like, now granted you can't fully line it up, but just to have these preserved, just cool artwork in general, like it's neat to have. Tribal Chief Michael, hello. What's up? Just going through my graded card collection. Oh, the next stuff is cool. This is a set. All right, this is a whole set that I have collected here. It's the Unigaba collection. Okay, so we have the Pikachu. It's an interesting style. To be honest, I don't really like this artwork. It looks weird. It's so plain looking with the white background. But I do like having a set. And I think just having the set of it together looks cool. So I'll start building out a little set here. We got the Pikachu. We got the Eevee. I should say all of these in a 10, by the way. Vaporeon. Jolteon. Flareon. We got the Espeon. The Umbreon. The Leafeon. The Glaceon. And the Sylveon. All 10s, the full set. Like, it's cool. It's nice to have a set. And especially all 10s. It's fun. So, that's one of the things I like to do with collecting things, is trying to, get the set. Have I got the next wave of Reignition set yet? Yes, like the Zords and stuff. So I do. I can show that briefly after this. I do have the Mastodon and Pterodactyl Zords, so I have all the Zords now. I haven't opened them or done a review yet, but I have them. And I did also get the Dragon Dagger as well. So yes, I do have the next wave. This Celebi here as an 8. And this has got this like double holo error. It's really, really hard to see, but it is really cool. It's really interesting. Like this error here. Rockets Moltres first edition 9. Oh, this. Okay, these next two cards I picked up today. So this is my newest addition to the collection. Japanese Neo 2 Charizard promo, reverse foil in a 10. I love the look of this. And the reverse foils. There's some reverse foils that are just like plain looking, like the, I guess you could say the Unigaba ones that are like this, where it's just there's no foil pattern to it. It's just plain, right? Back in the day, they actually had like all the circles, the dots and stuff, which make it look so much better. The reverse holos look incredible in this style. So I had to add that to the collection. And I picked this up as well because I thought this looked really cool. Red's Challenge right here in a 10. So those two I just got today, which is fun. Oops. Gyarados, Clash of the Blue Sky in a 10. Start putting those back into my case. All right, Gyarados 10 here, the terrestrialized one. We got the Radiant Charizard in a 10. Giovanni's Nidoking in a 9. I don't know what the green... I do have a lighter green and I have a darker green, and I'm trying to decide like which one to do. I mean, the light green probably blends better with the background of the card, but the dark green also kind of fits the whole leaf thing there. So I don't know. But I feel like the light green might be too bright. So I'm debating what color to do to 3D print for those, for the grass types, but we'll see. Kadabra from the vending series in a 7. Darkness Energy Holo in a 10. I do like just the whole Versus thing. It was so like, you know, unique. I remember that growing up. I was like, oh, that's an interesting set or interesting, you know, release there. So cool to pick that up along with the Versus Metal Energy in a 10 as well. And a fun little swirl. So pretty cool. All right. Still going here. Mag Cargo EX first edition in a 9. Totodile Hidden Legends in an 8 reverse foil. I just like how it has like the energy symbols as the foil pattern, which is fun. Same with this Magikarp here, the energy symbols. All right, we got a Gengar Holo in a 7 here. Gardevoir EX in 9. Typhlosion EX in an 8. Clefable EX in an 8. Garchomp EX in a 10. Pidgeot EX in a 10. Really cool artwork. Just the whole blue, everything is so vibrant. It's nice. First edition Ditto, Holo in a 7. Parasect first edition in a 10. See, this is another one I was experimenting with the green and seeing, like, you know, if this makes sense or not. I'll have to try some light green ones. Actually, wait, I do have a light green printed. I could swap it and see. Get to it at some point. Koro Pikachu in a 9. This Gyarados Holo in a 10. Really cool artwork there. All right, Vending Machamp Holo promo and an 8. Gyarados Shadowless and an 8. This is one of those older, not traditional trading card ones, but the Card S Vending Series Jigglypuff in a 10. All right, almost done with my PSA cards. Just a handful more. Spearow in a 9. This is the Topps Chrome card. Again, not something I normally collect. I think it got in some mystery something or other. Giovanni's Gyarados in a 9. I picked this up recently. This Tag Team All-Stars Reshiram Charizard in a 10. Gyarados Holo in a 10. Vivid Voltage Charizard in a 9. Just a Charizard V here in a 10. Chansey Holo in a 7. And that's it for my graded cards. There's one last one that I'll show you at the end, but I do have a couple Beckett cards. So this is Beckett. This is the Charizard here. The Chinese 25th anniversary Charizard. Beckett is interesting because they tend to be a bit more strict, but they also print the subgrades on the card. So the centering, edges, corners, and surface. So the 4 things they look at. You'll see it almost got full 10s, except centering was 9.5, so slightly off. If this was full 10s, then what Beckett would do, so if all 4 subgrades got a 10, then this would be a black colored label, and it would be called a black label, and those go for significantly more money. Black labels are crazy. It is extra, like, you think getting a 10 is hard. Getting a black label 10 is like you could send in 100 cards, maybe, and if all of them get 10s, maybe one of them might get a black label, but like maybe it's very hard to do. So that's why, unless you like really think it's going to get a black label and want to test your luck, send it to Beckett. Otherwise, like, I just go for PSA because just a 10 is a 10. But yeah, that's one thing about Beckett that people really want. I got this Suicune again, almost perfect. All 10s, just one thing, 9.5 there. And you'll see that label is gold. This one's a silver label because it's a 9. You'll see it's a 9, 9.5, 9.59 for the different subgrades there. Zapdos Holo. And then I have the CGC cards that I have. So there's a Zamazenta V and a 9.5. I personally don't like these CGC slabs. They feel different too, the different rounded edges. I don't know. They just don't feel as like premium, and especially the look of them. They just look cheap to me personally. The thing is though, to get a card graded with PSA, it can take a few months for your cards to come back because they're just so backed up with everything. Whereas some of these other companies, like maybe CGC and stuff, you're going to get a much quicker turnaround. So that is one factor, you know. You might be able to get your cards quicker with some of these other companies, but it's not going to, I don't know, look as good or be kind of the same thing. You know, it is what it is, right? Pros and cons of each. And hey, maybe things may shift over time. There's other companies out there that do like AI grading in a way. Like basically like you submit the card and the computer will scan it and do the grade. Because right now, a lot of companies like PSA, there are people. People review the cards and give the grades. It was a Spanish one. I think I got this from a mystery box at a local card shop. So there's subjectivity. You could send the same card in, and people have, and get different grades. Tag, yeah, Tag is the one, I think. And their slabs, I'll be honest, the Tag slabs are like completely clear. The label, it's like almost printed on as white text, but it's clear at the top. And there's a QR code there to scan, and if you scan it, it'll take you to their website that has a scan that outlines every little imperfection on the card. So it is actually really cool. I kind of hope that Tag takes off and actually does really well to have something more objective for grading, and just their whole style is very clean. I'm just so invested into PSA and stuff, and I like consistency that I'm not really going for Tag right now because that would be a lot to switch over to that. But out of the other ones out there, that one has interested me the most so far. Blood and Gore Kid, hello, hello. What's up? All right, so I do have one card I didn't show that I'm going to grab in just a moment, and that's my most expensive graded card. I saved that separately. But I do have some cards that I've put aside that I plan to probably get graded. And so I have them like literally ready to go in the little card sleeves and stuff. But I just need to decide what to send and when, and kind of, you know, because it does cost money to get stuff graded too, right? So I have to kind of figure that out. Family's doing well. Thank you for asking. Yeah, everybody's doing good. Just been busy, but yeah, everybody's doing well. All right, so these are the cards, and maybe you guys in the comments can let me know what you think as well, if there's certain ones that you think I should get graded. But we have the Sabrina's Alakazam right there. I do have one or two one-piece cards because there are promos in a PSA magazine, so like the Shanks card. So these are ones that like might be fun to get graded. I have another Charizard EX right here. I do have a couple of these graded, but this one I actually pulled myself a long time ago, and I've just been sitting on it in my collection, but the price on this has actually gone crazy. Now, this is not going to get a 10 or probably even a 9. So value-wise, I don't know, but it is a beautiful card. I don't want to get damaged even more. So I think this is definitely one that I'm going to have graded in my next round for sure, because it's just a really cool looking card in my collection. Reshiram EX. Got this one here. Team Rocket's Mewtwo I picked up at the booth I had at the Big Lick Comic Con. Traded somebody for that. Giratina V I bought from a card shop, but it actually looks pretty clean. Really, really cool artwork. Would love to get that graded. This is from a special, like I think a Korean special box. I forget what it's called. There's two different promos, an Espeon and an Umbreon, both of which have not been printed in English yet in this artwork. Although I don't know if they're going to at some point, but still cool artwork. Hard to get a gauge on the value of those cards right now, but it's pretty cool. All right, Ethan's Ho-Oh right there. I do have a Prismatic Evolutions Jolteon EX. You have the Master Set for 151. Nice. That's really cool. That's a good set too. You still have the complete original base set from your little in the 90s. Oh, that's cool. A complete base set. That's nice. Sylveon EX right here from Terrestrial Festival. Lily's Clefairy EX. I do have from Terrestrial Festival the Umbreon EX. I ended up buying this one. The centering is a bit off though, but I did love the artwork and wanted to have that in the collection. You got the Deoxys and Espeon GX. The Blastoise from Team Rocket. Oh, here's the other one-piece card I was talking about, promo, Monkey D. Luffy. And I guess there was another one too. Forgot about this one. Boa Hancock. Okay, Iono's Belly Bolt EX. Dark Raichu from Legendary Collection. Mew EX. Cool artwork there. Charizard VMAX, the shiny Charizard right there. See, there's like so many that I'm like tempted to get graded. I just have to decide what's worth it for now, what's not. Got another Evolutions Charizard right there. Japanese Blastoise EX. All right, I got a bunch, so I'm just going to go through these quick here. Dark Doug Trio. The stained glass, like, Bird Trio. Got two of these. I love this promo card. Awesome stuff. The gold Iono's Belly Bolt EX. Two of those. Melodic EX, Salamence EX, the Ends Reshiram, Box Topper, Journey Together logo. What's up, David Damore? Hello again, welcome. Fairy, got this Eevee promo here. There's like so many to like pick from, it's hard to decide. Mewtwo EX, Lusamine, this Lugia break card. Don't really like break cards, but it's Lugia, it's cool. Sylveon VMAX, Pikachu and Zekrom GX. Got a bunch of Terrestrial Festival cards, some Jolteons. 3 Jolteons here and a Flareon. All right, we got the Galarian Moltres V, the gold card. The Celebi, Rayquaza VMAX, Galarian Zapdos V, Dragonite V. Professor's Research. Yes, Andrew, I do have all my Super Mega Force stuff. Yep, still have all of it. That card there. Raikou V, Suicune V, another Suicune V. Almost there on these potential cards for me to get graded. Pikachu VMAX, love that art there. Gold Mew EX, Blastoise and Piplup GX, Gyarados, Gold Mew, Shining Mew, Venusaur and Snivy, Umbreon VMAX. Whew! All right, that is a lot. So, yeah, let me know in the comments if there's any specific ones that you think are really good to that I should get graded. So definitely the Latios. My legs. I'm sitting on the floor for a while. But I'm just trying to decide what else. Okay. The one other card I didn't show. This is the biggest, or I should say the most expensive graded card in my collection. The Moonbreon in a 10. I traded a bunch of boxes of Pokemon cards at a card show for this. Already graded in a 10, so I didn't like send it in or anything or get it raw. I just bought it already graded. Yeah. It's in a very thick, protected thing. But that is my prized possession currently in the collection. The Raichu Gold and the Korean Umbreon Espeon are pretty unique. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, that's what the thing about some of the graded cards too is like, I know with some of them the value may not be there. I may be spending money to get it graded and I might not get the return in it, but also like the return in it you only get if you're selling it. And I'm not planning to sell like any of this unless I need to at some point, but otherwise like I want to just collect it, have it in my collection, and I love the artwork. That's why I got some of my old cards from my childhood graded, just to preserve them and save them. The grades were like a 4 or a 5, you know, but it's much more special to me that way. And the graded slab protects the cards too. I mean, you could get other protectors and containers and things too, but might as well just get it graded and then it's just there, you know? Then it's kind of like authenticated, it's there, it's in the system, all that sort of thing. So that's kind of my approach to it. Okay, few things. Some of you all in the chat earlier were asking about some things, so I want to show them. So one of the things somebody was asking about was the Switch 2, right? So I have the Switch 2, and specifically a silver one. So, ouch. Let me see how I can do this. Let me go back to where I was and prop this down. So these are Joy-Cons from Colorware. So I got them customized. With silver. Now, I will say these turned out, I don't know, the silver looks a little lighter in person than I thought. I thought there'd be a little bit of a darker silver. Like at a glance, it almost even kind of looks whitish, but you can see that it's not exactly white. And then when you actually look, it's like, oh no, it's a silver color. But like, especially in the light or certain angles, it kind of looks white. But it is silver. Yeah, I mean, the Switch 2 is just a regular Switch 2. And they pop on. And that's what it looks like. It does kind of, you know, sort of match a bit there. The only thing that looks a little, I mean, it's not off, but it's interesting, is just you still have the accents of the colors under here. But, you know, I guess that gives it the Switch 2's unique style. It looked white. You thought it was a Switch OLED? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, no, this is the Switch 2. I don't know if I'm going to collect every single color Joy-Con again. It got expensive, especially with all the special editions and stuff. And look, y'all, I'm trying to cut back on some expenses on things. Like I can't keep up with it all. So I've sold off some things in my collection. Not a lot of like Power Ranger stuff, things like that, but just other things that I have. But I'm trying to also focus in on certain things. But I've started to get into like Lego a bit. I'm literally using a box to prop up my phone right now. Look at the box that I'm using. It's the X-Men X-Mansion. Haven't built it yet, but there it is. I'm staring at the One Piece ship, the Going Merry set that I built, and a bunch of other Legos. I mean, you know, it's a lot. It's a lot. And especially prices are just going up on everything too, you know? So, I'll still buy some other Joy-Cons and certain colors that I like, but I don't think I'm going to collect every single color variation like I did with the Switch. Mike is asking, for someone that's never bought a Switch, do I need the Switch 2 or is the old one still good? I would say right now, I don't think the Switch 2 is necessarily worth it. And I say that because it's just early. There's just not that many games for it right now. Like there's Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, are the two main ones that I play. I mean, there's like upgraded editions of some other stuff like Kirby and stuff, Mario Party. But there's not a lot. I mean, I love Mario Kart, so that was for me easy. Like, oh, Mario Kart's one of my top favorite games of all time, my favorite series. There's a new Mario Kart, I'm there. Like, that was easy for me. But I could definitely see waiting a bit. I mean, there's going to be a Pokemon Legends ZA coming out, but that's also on Switch, right? Better performance on Switch 2, right? I will say some games definitely perform better on Switch 2. But it's not I don't think it's at a need stage yet. Let's talk next year, and maybe we'll be in a different situation with other games coming out, and especially as they start to get into more and more games eventually that are Switch 2 exclusive. Right now, there's a lot of Switch and Switch 2 crossover, with Switch 2 as the better versions. So over time, I think it will be, but I don't think there's a need to rush out yet. And also, I have a feeling, just like with the Switch, at some point they had a Switch OLED model. There's no OLED screen on here. Now, it is a very nice screen, but come on. I feel like it's like teeing up for an eventual Switch 2 OLED model. So, you know, maybe down the road. But then again, also keep in mind, prices are expensive, and I only see prices going up. Nintendo actually raised the price of the Switch 1. The Switch 1, which has been out for a long time, prices went up because of the tariff situation, like everything going on. It's I could see the Switch 2 prices going up down the road as well too. So you get it a little cheaper now or not? I don't know. Maybe look around for any potential, like if you're gonna get it, do it in a bundle with the game, like the Mario Kart bundle. Instead of getting Mario Kart for $80, if you buy the bundle, Mario Kart's $50. They're going to do a same bundle with Pokemon Legends ZA. So if you really like Pokemon, you want the upgraded version, you'll save some money by doing that bundle. So, you know, that is another potential option. The Memorial Edition Shoto phone. I can show it briefly. To be honest, I don't know all the swiping functionality, all the features. I have to learn all the movements and stuff. But I never had the original Shoto phone. I watched Shinkenger. It was the first Super Sentai series that I watched all of. I'm trying to remember where I put the Shoto phone. Did I put it in here? No, I think I put it in my other room. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. Here it is. And I always wanted one because the Samurai Morpher had just had the cell phone version, which I guess in Samurai it was only the phone, but it didn't have like the brush part that would come out. And that was like a big thing that I loved about Shinkenger and kind of writing the whole thing. Okay, how does this? I'm trying to remember how this turns on. It's been a while. All right, there you go. So there's stuff you can do, and then you just sort of, you can fold it, and it pops open, like that. So you got the brush, and then you can hold down, where's that button? If I remember. Is that right? No. So you can kind of hold down the button and do the movements like that. And then you can kind of fold it back into the phone, pop this down, leave the phone there. So I have to learn all the sounds and all the stuff with it, but yeah, looks cool. It is satisfying to sort of fold in the phone like that, and then that just pops out. Like it is very satisfying. And that's the main thing that I, always wanted, is a Shoto phone to be able to do that. So that is cool to have. So yeah, that's the Memorial Edition Shoto phone there. Somebody did ask about the other Power Rangers Reignition stuff, so I'll just show you real quick. I do have the Dragon Dagger. All these other things I got from Walmart.com because the Walmart store did not have them. I have the other Zords too. I'm not going to grab them right now, but yeah, Walmart.com periodically would stock some of these, and I managed to kind of grab some of them. So that's basically what I have left for the Reignition line. I mean, I still have some videos that I worked on I need to edit, but it looks like these are done. These new bumpers here, I gotta pop them off. Oh, this one's got a little stuff on it. I'll have to cut that up there. There we go. Scrape off this there. All right, what else do I need to print color-wise? I actually do need a lot more of the blue. Yeah, let's reprint. Sure, let's print more. Okay, 2 more printing, easy. That's kind of a fun thing about 3D printing. You just set it, print. There you go, get a fun little sound there when it starts up as well. I've had a lot of fun 3D printing stuff. Actually, let me show you some of the stuff I've been 3D printing. Okay, this has been fun. So now, again, I have not designed anything myself. I've just found these models, almost all on Maker's World, and just printed them. Okay, I've printed these cars. And it's actually missing the back piece. It just sort of popped out. But basically, it's in individual pieces, and you have to like super glue in and kind of screw in some pieces together. And so that's what I need to, fix, basically. And this is not fully done right because you see the wheels are kind of off a little. I need to... It didn't work exactly like I wanted to. I tried, but still kind of fun to print these little cars. But this turned out really, really cool. So this was like a little model kit. Like, you know how they have the like Power Rangers Megazords or other things, the figures, they're like little grid pieces, and you pop out the pieces and sort of snap them together. That's this. No super glue involved here. Literally just printed, popped out the pieces, and snapped it all together. And it actually, like, spins. Super cool. I got this little fidget thing. The fidget cubes. It's hard to do with one camera, but you can kind of mess around with it. I got this other little fidget thingy. So it just sort of... I don't know. It's a random thing there. Fidget spinner. Actually works, you know, surprisingly well for a 3D printed thing. A little Gyarados, a 3D printed little Gyarados model. Didn't come out perfectly, but it, like, is articulated and, like, kind of moves around. It literally just printed like this. I don't have to assemble anything. I hit print, came out like this. Like, that's super cool. This little cube thingy. Okay, this is one that I tried and it failed. And I tried it like 2 or 3 times. So I don't know if it's just this model or I'm doing something wrong or whatever. But there's somebody that created these cool models of some Pokemon in this kind of like mecha armored styles, like this Mewtwo. Now this, from the front, looks amazing. Now I had to kind of snip off a whole bunch of extra little things sort of sticking out there. But the tail is where it failed. So you'll see there's no tail on this guy. It just sort of fell apart and turned into like spaghetti, basically, when I was printing. So this is what I could salvage. So from the front looks cool. The rest didn't. So I don't know. I have to decide if I'm going to try this again, what I did wrong. I got to figure it out. Or do I want to print a different model Pokemon? But it looks really, really cool. And this is the silk kind of silver one that I used, which I love the look of that color as well. And then probably one of my favorite things I 3D printed. This one, I did have to buy a couple little magnets, but everything else is 3D printed, and then some super glue to stick stuff together. And I just drop it as soon as I'm showing it to you. Oops, so let me fix it there. Okay, good. Is this little train set, but what it's cool is it actually moves. Look at that, and the boat. So all of this little gear, 3D printed, and you'll see in there those little, it looks white, it's kind of silver, they're little magnets. So you stick them in the middle of these 3D printed plates, and then the bottom of the little train pieces and stuff have magnets too. So basically you just kind of stick it in the middle there, and then on the actual train and boat, and then this 3D printed little gear spins, and then it all just spins around like that. Like, that's super cool. You know, how that is. And then the little trees and things I just super glued on, basically, but it's all 3D printed. Yeah, that's just, again, like, super cool. Yeah. You pre-order the Memorial Edition Shinkenmaru. Nice. And the Magirage or Magiphone. Oh, that's cool. I'm trying to remember if I did get the Shinkenmaru. I think I did, because I definitely want it. I'm considering the Magiphone. I do want it, but I'm also, here I am talking about trying to cut back, and then I'm like, I need to pre-order this, I need to pre-order that. So it's tough. It's tough. it is hard. Yeah. What else can I show? Yeah, what else? I don't know. Is there anything else you guys want to see or talk about? Oh, this. I got this. It's not just a Game Boy. It's the Lego Game Boy. And it is super, super cool. I got this from Sam's Club. They put it out early and for $10 cheaper than MSRP. So I canceled my pre-order immediately and bought it and built it. I think it comes out October 1st or something, but I got it like a week ago, 2 weeks ago at this point, something like that. So yeah. Super cool. So yeah, while, if you guys in the chat have anything else you want to talk about, let me know. But the one or two other things I did want to say is, oh, Kamen Rider Zets. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, I'll grab those in a minute. I will also be traveling soon. Going to Orlando, going for work, but I'm also bringing Maheen and Idris with me, so that on the time off from work, we're going to do some of the theme parks. So we're going to do Disney World, but like each of the parks that we're going to do, we don't have any full days in Disney World. We're doing like partial days. So we're not really going to be able to do too much, but it's better than nothing. And again, even this alone is very expensive, so I can't even imagine doing full days and this and that. But yeah, doing some of the parks there, but also the one full day we are going to do is Epic Universe as part of Universal, because Super Nintendo Land and everything else. So excited about that. So we're just kind of prepping, getting ready for that trip. And then the other thing that I was going to say, let me go grab the Kamen Rider stuff while I talk, is that coming up in February, I believe, is my 20th anniversary on YouTube, which is pretty crazy. So I'm trying to think of what to do. Also, while I'm talking, I forgot that I also have this 3D printed katana, which does that. Sick. Super cool. Okay. Oh, yeah, this bag. Kamen Rider. Okay. Yeah, so what I was saying is, yeah, February 20th anniversary coming up. Let me know if there's anything in particular you guys want me to do as part of that, because if there's anything I want to do, I want to prep for it in advance. So I don't want to wait till February's here and then I'm like, oh, what do I do? So let me know if there's anything specific, you guys have ideas or something. Let me know. In the meantime, I'm just going to briefly show this, and then I do have to go because I don't think my phone battery is going to last much longer here. I am really, really liking Kamen Rider Zets. So let me put this thing on. It is just, I don't know. It's the whole aesthetic of the show, the whole premise of it, the whole concept. Even just having the rider belt not be a belt and just, be on like this is just different, unique, and it just, I don't know. It's got a cool vibe to it. But basically, it's like this, and then you have the, let me see if I can find the main one here. These are the little, I think they're called capsums, and they have a little picture, and you can sort of spin it and see it, which it looks okay that way, you can kind of see the animation. But basically, I love the sounds, the music. It's very epic, very dramatic. It looks so cool with the lights and stuff. And then he's like, what does he do? He's like, I'm on it. Henshin. Pretty cool. And then like the finisher attack, or like the special attack, is you just do this 3 times. I love the way the lights, like it feels very bright, vibrant, very colorful and cool. And then all the different capsules have different effects and stuff as well. So there's, a few other ones. Like let's do the one from episode 3. I think it was this one. Transform capsule. Oops. I didn't pop it on right. Good morning, Rider. So different sounds, lights. You'll see it's like orange now. I'll do one more here. I'll do the blue one. I forget which one this is. So it's still orange, right? Because it hasn't read this yet. But once I push this, it'll turn blue. Stream, okay. It's got like a techno futuristic, like, see different sound effects? That's sick. So, anyways, enough of that, but it is very fun. It's so satisfying to do. Like, I literally had it on while I was watching the episode. You know, me being a full-grown adult doing it. And, like, as the main character was, like, he was trying to henshin, and so I did it too, and my wife just gives me the stick. She just looks over at me like, you did not just do that. Like, so she's been watching with me, at least the first 2 episodes. She hasn't seen episode 3 yet. It's just too fun. I did also just recently buy the little figure as well. There's a few different versions of it. There's a smaller scale one that has other like changeable pieces for the different forms, but I just got the bigger size one. I didn't get like the figure arts because while it does look cool and detailed, I've had some figure arts snap on me and I just don't want that. So I just got just the, I guess the medium size one or whatever, the regular sort of thing. So for clarification, so Joel, the way that it works is on Tokushiatsu's YouTube channel, starting 10:30 p.m. on Saturday, they put out a stream of the episode, and it plays continuously for 24 hours. But they just added, they changed it very quickly, because initially it was like 24 hours, you can't rewind or do anything, done. But they fixed it so that you can rewind. Like, I had friends over yesterday, and they left right at like 10:30. So by the time it was done, it was like 10:33. I was like, oh, it's been a few minutes. I'm already a few minutes late. I pulled up the stream, and I could rewind the stream, basically. And I was able to watch the episode through. So for 24 hours, they have the stream going with the latest episode, but you can rewind it and forward it and whatever as you need. So it's basically like it's on demand for 24 hours. And then they do a replay, I think later in the week at different times, which they'll probably stream it again. And they're also periodically going to do streams of older episodes as well. So while it's not on demand at any time that you want, which would be ideal, they're still playing it frequently enough, and are going to do reruns frequently enough where it's not even like at this time only, but it's like for this many hours you can rewatch it, which is at least okay. You know, it's better. So I've been watching the premiere 10:30 p.m. Eastern on Saturdays, but like I said, when I was a few minutes late to this episode, I was able to sort of rewind the stream and watch episode 3. So yeah. Are the Super Mega Force Ranger keys now discontinued? Yeah. I mean, so Super Mega Force toys stopped being made when Super Mega Force stopped, which was many, many, many years ago. That's the way that Power Rangers works, is it's not like sometimes with Super Sentai stuff where you get the memorial edition of this or that. Like, I mean, I guess you have like Lightning Collection or things like that, but in general, especially the main series gimmick, like the Ranger keys, once Super Mega Force was done, they stopped making them. There's no more Ranger keys anywhere. So the only way that you can ever buy Ranger keys now at this point is on the secondhand marketplace, like eBay, Facebook Marketplace, that sort of thing. That's how that works. So yeah, go check out Kamen Rider Zets. Definitely check it out. Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Was it 10 years ago? I couldn't remember how many years, but man, yeah, I guess that sounds about right. That's a lot. 11 years. Okay. Yeah. All right, cool. Well, I think that's pretty much going to be it for the stream today then. I don't know. Let me know in the comments, like, was the vertical video okay? Horizontal? How does it show up on your screen? Like, if you're watching on a mobile device, does it show up vertically like a YouTube short? Or like on a computer, I assume it's just cutting the real estate. So I don't know how this stream experience is. I tried to start it horizontal, but when I hit start, it said, please rotate phone. And once I rotated it, it started counting down and started the stream. So I don't know. But hopefully this worked out. I didn't have any lags from what I could tell, which I used to have when I would sometimes stream from my phone, but it's been many years since then. So maybe I could do this sometimes if this is, accessible. But, yeah, let me know. I will try and do some more stuff soon. Like I said, in the next couple weeks might be hard because of travel. I have family kind of coming and going and stuff. We got a few things going on, but when things get settled a bit, then I definitely want to get back to doing some more stuff. And I do have some Power Rangers reviews pending, some stuff that I already filmed, and I just need to edit. And then also the other new Mighty Morphin Reignition stuff that I showed you. I also was working on this video, and I'll just show you briefly here as the last thing. These Pokemon Hershey Kisses. Trying to collect them all. And I didn't really know what the final video is going to look like. But because I thought maybe I'd just buy a bunch of bags and I'd get the set and I'd be done. But I bought bags, didn't get it, bought more bags, didn't get it, bought more bags, didn't get it. Like now I'm stuck and I'm getting only duplicates. So I don't know what to do. I'm kind of stuck right now. So I'm debating if I just kind of slice up my video into like a part 1, part 2, part 3 or something and just start releasing those. And that way, as I release it, maybe if anybody else has attempted it, they could put some comments and kind of give me suggestions or something. Because it's also going to be a long video if I leave it as is now. So I'm kind of, I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm going to release that, but that's another thing that I filmed a bunch of stuff of. So I would like to release something of it. And I bought a bunch of Hershey Kisses and literally have... This is my extras of the Hershey Kisses, by the way. Not all of it. I gave another similar size bag to my sister. I gave a brand new bag that was unopened to Coop's Collection on YouTube. Like other people, like I've been giving away a bunch of Hershey Kisses. But we'll see how it is. Anyways, thank you all. Appreciate it. And yeah, thank you, Joel. That's awesome. So good to know. Like a YouTube short. You like the computer version better. It makes sense. I mean, I have a lot more things I can do with the computer version too. And I know I'm using... Granted, I'm also using my hand to hold my phone. So if I had a tripod, it might also be better. I'm sure the screen is super shaky for you all too. So I apologize for that. But now I know. So yeah, thank you all. And take care. Hope you all are doing well. And talk soon. Bye, everyone. Now to figure out how to end this. So I just hit the X, I assume. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Bye, everyone. Take care.